So hello everybody, I would like to welcome our audience, everybody who is listening right now. My name is Jiří Borč and I have here honor to welcome my good colleagues, friends who are concerned and experts in CRM. I would like to welcome, this is a relaxed discussion about CRM. So everybody who is listening is welcome now. And guys, I will start with introductions. I am myself from Plzeň, Czech Republic, and I would like to welcome our first speaker, Boyan Yordanov. Can you tell us, Boyan, can you introduce yourself very briefly to us in the relation to our talk today?
Thank you. My name is Boyan Yordanov, and I'm from Sofia, Bulgaria. I'm in business for 20 years, BL consulting. So quite experienced, my own business, and recently we formed this sustain group up here. It's a bit difficult to navigate. We are partners of 3 companies. So for about 15 years we work from anywhere. So anywhere means mostly home office, but it's really anywhere. This for me. Thank you for inviting me, and hope everybody can get something valuable from this conversation.
Yeah, definitely. When we were beginning the conversation, I could see the hall behind you, but now I can see only half of it. So if you can zoom on your behind you, there is some information about your company. Yes.
It's okay. It's not.
Okay.
It's mostly done by my kids. I have 3 kids.
Nice.
Like private information. Nice. So 2 of them are really collaborative on this.
Thank you, Boyan, for your introduction from Bulgaria. And now I would like to welcome Tomas Havrda. Tomas, can you introduce yourself with the relation to the topic today, please?
Okay. So hello, everybody. I'm working as enterprise architect 20 years for hundreds companies already. And my interest today is how to choose the best CRM system and implement it to the whole architecture of other systems and information systems and applications. So this is.
Thank you very much, Tomas. And we have a very special guest here today, also Raj from India. Raj, can you tell us something about yourself very quickly, please?
Hi, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, whatever is your best time zone. I'm from India. I help the small, medium, and large businesses with the help of the mobile application, website, and cloud development services. Also experienced more than a decade of development, designing, all kind of things. And more the part of the CRM is everyone want to your business in growing, like so what everyone want to update your business day to day, and after that report and all kind of things. So everyone need CRM. So it is a big necessary of every business, is small, large, or medium size, no matter. So let's get more discussion in meeting. Right? Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Raj. And the last guest here today is Keith from Ireland. Keith, could you please be welcome to introduce yourself to us as well, if you feel like it?
Well, actually, I'm just here to listen and learn, because when you invited me, I didn't know what I was actually coming to. So I'm here to listen and learn.
Yes, of course, this is all, by all means, you are very welcome, and please be welcome to listen to us. And thank you for being here. My name is Jiří Borč. I am here today as a moderator of this business show. And again, I would like to welcome all our listeners. Thank you very much for listening to CRM Business Talk with us today. And my first question, I would like to give again words to Boyan. Please tell us, what is CRM? What is the definition? What is it actually?
Well, CRM, as abbreviation, stands for Customer Relationship Management. So this is the literal explanation on the primary goal. It's a software solution that helps companies manage better the way they interact with the customers. So this is very brief. If you start digging inside this, you can go to much more details about specific functionalities, covering specific use cases, processes, and activity of the company.
Thank you, Boyan. And I
And
would
I
like
also
to...
want to say something. Maybe it's,
Yes, please,
if
please.
somebody has a question, break the rule, go on task to make it more interactive.
Of course, I would like to thank you for this input, because, of course, if you have any questions for Boyan, what he is speaking, you can please interrupt us and ask the question immediately, because this is a friendly, open discussion. And if you have any question about, or comment even about what Boyan has said, please follow it.
Thank you.
From my side, this was very clear introduction. Thank you for that, a very clear definition. And I would like to call to Tomas Havrda. How does benefit businesses from CRM? How do they benefit?
Yes, CRM helping clients to more better organize their main processes, company's processes. So usually when I'm starting cooperate with a customer, they have not so well organized processes, and for instance, by implementing CRM system, then they can optimize their main processes.
Thank you, Tomas. Raj, do you agree? What is your experience about this?
Yes, CRM is necessary, as I discussed in my intro. So CRM is necessary for all the industry, like small, medium, or large. No matter what is your staff sizing or your client sizing. So CRM is totally automatic your process. Everyone has heard about the Salesforce as well as HubSpot. It's all kind of the CRMs to more productivity your work as well as your output within a less time. So that is most important of the CRM is need.
Yes, and we have a first question in the chat, so please access also the chat. This is the button below on the right side, below, down and below in there. And if anybody from the audience has any questions, please write under this video, and everybody of us will be very happy to answer all your questions. Boyan, do you want to react to what has been said so far?
Yes, the question is, what are some key considerations when selecting and implementing CRM system? It's almost 2 lines, and we can speak 2-3 hours about this, because I think what we need to say here is that first we need to start from the company business model, so how the company operates in general. Then each company, even startups, they need to have like a clear picture about the processes. Sometimes people say, I'm a freelancer, one person, but you also have your own processes, how to contact the potential clients, how to answer, etc. In many cases, this is not written, but you know it by heart. And here it comes the questions that we need to ask the companies is when searching for a solution to help you. Sometimes clients don't know that it's called CRM, but they want to improve some of the processes, some of the actions. For example, to make a quotation, it takes several hours to write it down or put it on a Word document or something. So this is obviously a pain. And then they start searching for quick order, offer preparation, etc. And then they start realizing that it's not only the quotation, but it's to get the details about company, maybe to segment it a bit. So for searching a CRM solution, a company, whether it is small or big, it is very important to at least write down, maybe not the final version of what you are really looking for. So the key functionalities, the key problems that you have, and then search for potential solutions. This is very important to have it written and to communicate it, because when you send your request to different providers, because now if you go on the online and you type CRM, I mean, I don't know how many millions results will come up. And then some promoted, maybe based on the regional budget company spend the results, and you need to choose the right one. And then from your requirements list, contacting one another, there will be counter questions. So then slowly you will improve the requests or your requirement, because people say, do you want to have automated chat or something to, but this is something that with many companies, it's not just I need a CRM to do this, but what is the next step is to align these requirements with your processes. As I said, if we have a couple of processes to be covered, then it's important to see how strict these processes are. And the processes, very often when we go on implementation, it's very simple. Customer calls, you make quotation and it looks like so simple that you have nothing to do. But then they start these exceptions, so they start like decision trees in the business. So this customer, but he needs a little bit more specific quotation or something like this. He doesn't want a quotation at all. He just wants to interact. It's a lead or something. So this is about the selecting the CRM as a basis. We can talk a lot about this. About implementing, this is another story. The best CRM is the CRM that is used by most of people, because very often you find complex CRMs with. You want to start me or?
Boyan, do not forget your implementation idea. I will continue with you immediately. I would just like to welcome Eva Musilova and Ondrej Koudela very warmly to this discussion. We have so far covered a brief introduction. We have so far covered what is the definition of CRM only, so you didn't miss anything. And now we are speaking about the question which is in the chat, which you can see in the chat. So I would give you a word briefly, Eva and Ondrej. Just wait a second. Let Boyan finish his idea about implementation. Boyan, you can continue. Thank you.
Okay, and that's it. No, sorry. So the idea of implementation of CRM, first, if you find the solution that answers your written requirements, and written is important because when you put it on paper, you think it, then if you find the solution that will cover predefined processes, so most likely this is the one, then implementing this is putting the solution, the CRM solution, to work. And so one of the tricks about the CRM is you need actually to most likely sell it to everybody who will use it, because from different departments and people in the company, it will answer different pains. So, for example, the top management may see the overview of the company's activities in terms of, let's say, sales, service, or marketing activities. Then middle management will be able to manage their sales team. They will maybe able to manage their marketing team or interactions with marketing agencies. And the service department will be able to organize better the requests that they have. And the thing is, when you have so many different roles, the hardest thing is to make the change, because people, they have very nice Excel sheets, they have very good Word templates, and they work perfectly, or they're using like Google Sheets or some other automation, and when you move it to another system, it's a change management. So it's people, they need to get rid of their old habits and to move to something new. And this is normally the thing that is very often killing such projects, because this change management, the human part, is to consider most. So this is why I said that the best like CRM is the one that is most widely used, maybe even not necessary with all the small features needed, but when you have many people from company finding value to do it, and this solution is doing job for them personally as well, and as a team, this is the trick to have a successful implementation. So the human factor, this is my opinion, is the most crucial to do. The good thing about implementation of CRM is if you prepare it, might be really fast in some cases, if you run after small like achievements and values delivered. And the CRM implementation in most companies, the return on the investment of this project is the highest, because people start loving it. For some, it's helping to, like Raj said, to automate some of the activities, so the software is doing your repetitive and ineffective work. So I'm open for questions, so comments if somebody wants to say. Welcome to Chavdar.
Yes, I would like to welcome
everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
Nice to meet you. Welcome. Ondrej, would you like to introduce yourself in regards to CRM systems, please? Thank you.
Well, nice to meet you all. Well, small introduction. By coincidence, I happened to become a Keflow guide a few years ago. Keflow is a really tiny and minimalistic software for leading small companies, like, I don't know, 100 of employees at maximum, and the, how they're called, the lone workers, how they're called. The word, please help me. He who works alone just for himself is
solopreneur.
Yeah, solopreneurs. Thank you so much. So this is system for them, and I kind of fell in love in it because it has one great advantage. On one hand, it's minimalistic, and on the other hand, it does everything your company needs. and it can connect all important parts together. It starts with some working with leads. It consists also of an CRM. It can be an address book of your clients. It can work with your projects. It can work with your tasks and measure how your people are working as well. It can do some time management, measure time spent on tasks or project and so on. And you can also make arrangements. Jak se řekne smlouva, sakra?
Contract.
Contracts. You can also electronically sign contracts in between you and your employees or your customers in the same system as well. And it has many other features, but still it's minimalistic. I can't understand how they did it, but it really works. And I kind of fell in love with it. I started to be a consultant who helps companies to adopt this system and to live in it and to build company processes so that they can squeeze as many juice as possible from the system. And this is how my ideas on CRM got really changed, because now when I'm asked what is important about CRM, the first question I say is it connected to the other systems in the company or not? If not interested. Goodbye. If yes, show me. Want to know more. So this is both introduction of myself and some little notice to Boyan, and thank you for your introduction of the CRM problematic.
Thank you very much, Ondro. I would like to, before I give word to Shavdar to briefly introduce himself, I would like to mention that you are listening to the Business CRM Talk. My name is Jiří Borč. Thank you very much for listening, everybody who is listening. And we have experts here on CRM. We are talking about customer relationship management. And every time that somebody speaks, we will give a space to the questions, to the comments. So if you want to mention something which is on your mind, which has said Boyan or Ondra, Tomas or Raj or Keith even or Shavdar, you are welcome to questions. The main question here, which is before us here at this moment, is in the chat. And this is what are some key considerations when selecting and implementing CRM systems. So let it flow. And if there are no questions, maybe Shavdar can briefly introduce himself, and then we can continue in our discussion.
Yeah, hello everyone. I will present myself in shortly. So I'm a strategy and general management consultant. I have a company that is named Business Model Design, and so I'm certified CMC certified management consultant and certified ICF coach. And so my way of work is to go into a company and to move it from the current to the desired situation. That's it. So I'm consulting implementation of business software in companies, and my main point of view is to define processes in the companies and find the software. What software, the proper apps of the software that govern this process. So the software don't have everything that company needs, but as you said before a while, it can have enough. That's it for now.
Thank you very much, Havrda. Thank you. Tomas, please.
You asking me for what now?
Tomas, if you have any idea about what is the key consideration when selecting and implementing CRM systems, or if you want to react to anything, you are welcome.
Thank you. Key for implementing CRM is that there is some process map already existing. Yeah. Key for me is first to refresh or build up process map, and then to start to automatize processes. So first is to optimize processes. Second is to digitalize and make automatization, and also make robotization of some processes. So for me, it's key if the company already has a process map.
Very good. Thank you. And I forgot to mention something. To respect the financial directors, we also need to be clear about the budget that we have in mind. And in this budget, especially for implementation, we need to consider licenses, consulting fees, but also some hidden costs related to people, that your people may need to work on 2 different systems. They need to dedicate time that is totally not specific on what they are really doing. So to be involved in the a response to Chavdar, this is what I also started. Very important, and I'm glad to have him here. With any, let's say, CRM implementation and business management software, you need to start literally with what his business company name is, with the business model of the company, then to drill down to the individual processes, to define what your pains are, what your needs to optimization, and to create, as discussed, what your requirements are, to fine-tune and change, and then move to the cats. There is a cat there, it will eat you. So this is briefly, and thank you, Tomas, for your input, because this is something that many companies neglect. So they start by briefly describing the process, but it's like the requirements. They don't put it in written. So the process is, it's very easy, like client cost, etc. When you describe it, and then you say, now, let's see if next call you can manage with what you read, and then you start putting exceptions, forks, so then it shows that something very simple like making a coffee could be really a nightmare if you don't describe it into enough details to really cover the
Can I easy share monitor and show some examples?
Yes, of course.
Process map.
Yes, of course. Please do it. I will give you permission. A second, one moment, please. I will give you permission, Tomas. I will try to give you permission. I will try.
Just imagine I'm working with some company and starting some digitalization, automatization, and robotization. But first, I'm asking for process map, which they doesn't have. So we're starting to design the process map, and just for example, show you, because what I'm asking first, it's about main processes, processes which earning monies to the companies, and this is key for me to automatize these processes by CRM. So there is CRM is for automatization and the digitalization main processes in company, and I will start to share if I
Yes. Tomas, tell me, can you share or not at this moment? Can you share?
Yeah,
Yes,
just give me.
it's coming.
Yeah, do you
You
have?
see your screen?
You can see it. Yes, perfect.
Okay, so there is some company, Czech companies producing some foods, and there is a description of main processes at this company, and each main process has some separate activities starting to propagate some marketing, sales, delivery, customer care, and to have money on the company. And then there are some support processes, which here is some laboratory, quality management, some maintenance, energetic, then some accounting, and some sales, and nákup is
Purchase.
yeah. So just to give you example that this is I'm asking when I'm starting to help us with some CRM implementation.
Yes, thank you, Tomas. Perfect. And are there any questions or comments from anybody? If not, I would like to welcome here. I see opportunity. This is probably our colleague Roman Polák. Welcome warmly, Roman, and be welcome. And if you want, you can even introduce yourself, or you can stay and listen. It's up to you. I will leave it on you.
Nice to meet you all. What are you here? My name is Roman, but my camera is today off. I contacted my IT, then they opened me the resources by the camera because I have today problem with Wi-Fi module, with microphone and camera leave. Then I'm sorry, I have IC opportunity. That means some international business about trading community, which is providing from Czech to now exactly to 7 countries, and we would like to be growing. Nice to meet you, and I would like to be hearing, and to the CRM I have maybe some points what would like be interesting to you.
Thank you. You're muted.
Thank you for the note. I would like to thank you for introduction, Roman. We each of us has a very interesting CRM business here and projects. So please be open to share in the chat if you want to cooperate with each other. Don't hesitate, and I will afterwards send the emails to each of you here to connect, to make friends, to cooperate together to make a better CRM world. So let's continue. Raj, do you have any feedback for us about this CRM implementation, please?
Yes, like I said, Boyan and Thomas, is everyone clear all about the CRM, what is the necessary of the CRM, and how it's continue with the CRM and growth everyone business, right? So yeah, it's necessary for all the industry as well as businesses too. So yeah, thank you. It's same kind of thinking about the Boyan and Thomas. Yeah, thank you both of you. Great.
Thank you very much, guys. And I prepared many questions, and I will now put another question to the chat. But if you have any questions between each other or among each other, you can also come up with questions, interesting questions, because please help me to generate some interesting question about CRM. Help me, please.
I have a little comment to Tomas, and and maybe Chavdar can contribute to this. I saw the diagram that you showed with departments and the processes. Are you using some software to help your colleagues to describe the process, or you're using just a regular Word document to share or something?
Yes, I will write it to the chat, yeah.
Yes.
I'm using this program.
Draw.io. Yeah, it's universal, but you have a lot of. It's good. You can actually export your processes and then share it with other people too. Very good. Thank you. And Chavdar, do you want to say something about what you can recommend on using to draw the processes?
As you said before, the business model is very important. It's appeared to my work in my work that the process sometimes is wrong concepted. So it is not only important to examine step by step. This is important. The concept of the process is to be right. And that lead to other process in the company and lead to a simple software implementation. Another thing is you're talking about CRM only. That means the process that's connected with customers processes, I think. And the important is visualization, and we have to have in mind that the software is only a program that manage information. The software itself don't solve problems of the company. It must solve problem with information, and having this information available, managers can take proper decisions.
Yes, thank you for your input, Chavdar. And also, if you have a wrong process and then it's creating, let's say, some bottlenecks, some places that it stops, if you automate it, you just explode at this bottleneck. So it could be really a business stopping. And this is very important, and it's very good what Tomas shared, that you need to start preparing a good foundation, because CRM, ERPs, okay, nowadays maybe middle or large business, they cannot live without this. Small, they can kind of like survive, solopreneurs and 2-3 people. But for big businesses, if you put the wrong foundation, you just multiply ineffectiveness. And then it's like the guys that they were pushing a square wheel and they say, we're busy to look that the round one is better for you to. So it's getting good.
The business model is foundation, because as Deming said, the system is important. System is balanced forces on the company. Nothing is most important from everything.
Okay, and also to put something, very often when we speak about CRM, many companies focus only on sales. Of course, sales is critical, very important for the business. But then CRM is not only for the sales. In fact, the success of the CRM depends on the more people and department, of course, relevant you put into the CRM, the better outcome will come out of the solution. And let's again state that, so you need to review the business model, processes, requirements, budget. Somebody needs to pay for it. And then implementation, it should be with the clear goal, with deadlines, responsibility. So here we have project management too. And another thing to put in the implementation, one of the worst things is that when you turn the implementation project into process or something that never ends. So it's good to have a clear border of what we should do, let's say in 1 to 5 months, depends, it could be multinational, it could be much wider implementation, but you need to be a project with fixed start, fixed end, clear responsibilities. Maybe to walk through the next bullet point of the meeting.
Yes, I'm writing to the chat some feedback for Boyan. This is what I like about your talk. Clear responsibilities is very important. And I wrote this note to the chat. Now, guys, we are in the middle, approximately in the middle of our talk or behind the middle. We will make a small break for coffee, water, and toilet. Please be back in 1 minute at 12:13, check time, and enjoy the break. And we will be back in 1 minute with more coffee.
We can use it for informal chats or talks.
Of course. By all means, Boyan, by all means.
Okay. Kate, and what are you doing? What's your profession?
I'm in the health and wellness industry.
Health, okay.
I help people reverse health challenges like cardiovascular disease and other health issues.
Rehabilitation, kind of, yes, or no?
Well, avoidance and repair. So if you have somebody that maybe has high blood pressure, we can help the body to actually clean its own cardiovascular system so the blood pressure can come back down. If we have people who have had a stroke, we can help them to melt that clot in the brain to get their function back in the body. So we know how to repair the cardiovascular system, the immune system, the pH balance of the body, and the gut microbiome. Once you give the body the fuel to do those jobs, the body will start repairing all its own repair list that it already has, but has not the fuel to address.
And when you say we, how many you are?
No, well, I've been developing teams of people for the last 15 years that are interested in this area and who want to help other people to take control of their long-term health and wellness also.
Very interesting. Maybe you can post your website in the chat or something to hear.
Yeah, the website is not that helpful because it's just for people to access what they need from a nutrition perspective. I do everything on Zoom. I do one-to-ones with Zoom, educate, support, answer questions, and if they need to access something, I give them the site at that point purely to access. So there's no real point in looking at a website because they don't know what they're looking for.
Okay. Thank you.
And because I like the idea, Boyan, of informal networking, I would like to keep it running for a couple of more minutes. So let's keep it running before we address the last question, which I prepared for today. Informal networking is running still. I like it.
And we have a network meeting coming up, don't we, for this purpose on the 12th?
Yes, we do. Definitely. Thanks for mentioning that. Anyway, Ondro, can you tell us a little bit about where you are now? Which part of the country are you in, Ondro, now?
Microphone.
I'm right in Prague just now.
Nice.
It doesn't look like Prague really, but I'm on the not in the center really. And if you would get out of my room and look around from the balcony, you would definitely not believe that you are in the city, because there is all around this just some green and trees and a few small houses and so on.
It's 1 month since I was in Prague. I attended the Innovative Digital Expo where I met Jiri. It was a great event, and this is how we met in person. But I didn't have a chance to walk and to do my photography in Prague. I did some pictures during the event. I like photography, but maybe next event live will come and see.
Guys, I would like to continue with the main CRM talk now. Thank you for being informal as well. And I prepared 2 more questions actually about tailoring special needs for customers and security. But I would like to skip those 2 questions. We can come back to them because my question, which is really interesting for me, what are the newest trends for the future in CRM? Can you address that question? Because this is really interesting for me, the newest trends. And if you want, you can also mention security and special needs for tailoring, special needs for customers, or mention the newest trends. It's up to you. You can choose from these 3 questions.
Okay.
Can I start because I have to finish?
Yes, please, Tomas. Yes.
Yeah, I have to leave soon. So according to me, trends of CRM is to more connect to suppliers and customers, means that some supply channel management is now the tool calling. And this is, I see, the trend to integrate as much as possible your information systems with your suppliers and with your main customers to be everything automatized, means logistic and purchasing and such a processes. So I have to finish and leave. Thank you, everybody. For nice discussion. I'm like to meet you, and I'm putting to the chat my contacts. Yeah, so don't hesitate to contact me for a next discussion and cooperation. Have a nice day. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you for your input. So should I continue about the future?
Yes, please continue.
Okay, about the future of the CRM. Custom features and security. All this is important. I will start with the future. Future is always connected with the past. So what is important is to keep an eye on the foundation, because the first CRMs was like really on paper. So people were writing down in, let's say, in a small shop who came and the details. Maybe they started knowing who has the regular requests, etc. The future, now it's very trendy to mention artificial intelligence, machine learning, and of course a lot of trends of to reduce, let's say, really the coding involved in the customizing the system. So the CRMs that are with no coding. Of course, our friends programmers are always needed, because even no coding, you need to have a bit different way of thinking. And so this is almost all CRM tools nowadays are like cloud solutions. So they're software as a service. So it's normally a subscription. Very few are still kept into the, let's say, legacy system. You buy a license and you can use it. But this is, let's say, for the most developed world. There are many times people go to the root, so the solutions are needed also in the places where internet is not that accessible. So, and when you don't have an internet, how I explain it to the customer is when it's too bright weather, so it's a good, there are no clouds, so your cloud is not accessible, and you still need to have your CRM available on the mobile or on the computer, even without internet. Why is this important to mention? Because depends on the business, even in the world with internet connectivity. Sometimes you may face places without good internet connection. And once, for example, if it's a salesperson or somebody who is without internet, and once you put him to go back to his old Excel sheet, then you may lose him. So his Excel sheet may still become the only source of truth. And when it's on the Excel, it's not like shared with the other people. You may lose the connection, the relationship first, not about the system, maybe with your colleagues first, and then with your customers and to update. So these are some considerations for the future. So many CRM providers, they also provide this offline functionality available to cover such. Okay, thank you, Ondrej. Nice to meet you. And,
Boyan, can I give a very quickly word? Sorry to interrupt you. Yes, I will give you a word back immediately. Ondrej, would you like to say goodbye or say something also before you go?
Yeah, just goodbye. I'm just looking for the LinkedIn profile address to share with you.
Yes, please do it. Definitely, we will be happy. And also, I will send email to everybody who is here today so that you can contact each other.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Ondrej, and
thank you. Bye.
On the day. So this is about the future. So when we look in the future, we need to, as I said, to see what was in the past and what is now. What I remember when in my childhood, they say with year 2000, all the cars will fly and such things, which apparently didn't happen. So about customization and functionalities, as it was mentioned by several people from the comments, it's very important to CRM not to be like another silo in the company. So it's good to have a good interaction with potentially the rest of the systems to exchange information. This also needs to be planned properly and managed. So like to have information from your ERP system, from your website, from how to feed back the website. So these integrations are a crucial part of practically every project. And this also maximizes the return on your investment in the CRM. And to see what was else in the question. So it was customization, features, future,
and privacy. But
privacy, yes, of course, privacy.
Yeah, we have time. We have time for privacy. Go on, Boyan. We still have time. Yes.
Well, this is for the features, and also again in the implementations and features. Sometimes the small features can kill the project because people focus on something very small, specific, and very often it's maybe part of the change management and decision making. Of course, it's more important sometimes to put it on hold and to solve to manage how to arrange the foundations rather than stick on something small. It may take much longer time, and then you may end up in you cannot go live, so-called, so to start really using the system because of small features. So all these features, and this is part of the project management, and from both sides, let's say consultants and provider and the client, it should be very carefully managed what you really want to do, because some relatively small development or over customization. Also, customizations, if not done properly, you need to listen to the provider of the software, to their guidelines. Actually, these new features can be classified like, let's say, customizations. So to use the standard product to develop something, or developments. Developments could be depend on the system inside the CRM, or could be something extra. This also needs to be managed carefully because one development may lock you, so it may be a problem to get the newest versions of the software. So this is how you should consider any development, because if you speak to the programmer, they may try to, of course, they want to earn money or they don't know the whole system, to create some functionality that could be also maybe not fully, but in 80% from customization. That is more or less standard, or you may end up with duplicating, so extra activity that is needed. So this is regarding if somebody has a question about features or any comments to add to what I said.
Thank you, Boyan, for your words. It was a very interesting talk. I would like to do one final round before we end today, because we will end soon. Would you like to say something about today's meeting? Please, Raj, would you like to share something or question about Boyan's talk?
No, this is a great discussion with everyone. Most of Boyan and Thomas. It is a great experience about the CRM and all kind of things. Yeah, but and lots of new things I'm learning from both of you, as well as nice to meet you all, right? And we will more interested in talking with and sharing the knowledge with each other and grow together.
Yes. Thank you very much, everybody. I would like to thank you for listening. Also, all our listeners, if you have any questions for anybody here, please put under this video. Please put your questions. We will answer every question that you have. And guys, I thank you so much for being here with me today. And I wish you a great day. And thanks for discussing about CRM systems business talk.
We have some 2-3 minutes. Do we have?
Yes,
I wanted to cover the security,
yes,
because it is important. Security of the CRM should be part of the overall company security. It's so-called information security. And then this is another area of IT, and not only IT, but about the company, how you manage your information. You should think also in the security that when you have a cloud solution, cloud is like somebody else's computer. So you're still responsible to get maybe local copies of your data and to align with the provider about the security best practices and to follow them. So on that note, thank you for invitation to speak. You can connect with me on LinkedIn and you will distribute the contacts, and I'm open to speak to everybody.
Thank you very much. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
And I have to say thank you for having you here, and I hope that we'll going to connect each other and discuss any business and management problems.
Yes, this is a great idea, actually, Shavdar, because I would like to business and management problems are important to discuss, and I would like to create a networking in the future about this topic, if you don't mind, and I will invite you personally.
Yeah,
it's a great idea.
I have, I'm working with my own strategies and instruments. Everything that I have learned and read, I have as a source, not for the solutions. Solutions have to be individual for all of this, and I think we can exchange ideas here and to be useful for each other.
Definitely.
Thank you, Shavdar, for joining.
Bye for me now, because
bye. Have a great day, everybody.
And so, bye.